How much money do you make with 15,000 subscribers on YouTube? Coming up. Hello and welcome back to the Freelanceverse. This is going to be the last video I make, at least for a while. As you know, if you are a long-term subscriber of the channel, I structure my videos in seasons and then I take a summer break. This is to keep my mental health in check because it's really not healthy for me to do something without a fixed goal because I will just burn out, and I don't want to burn out. I want to make this for a long time, right? Then there will be a 5-week summer break and I will be back on August 8th with season 3. By the way, I hope you enjoyed last week's video from MemoQ Fest. This is also a very big reason why I'm happy that there will be a break, because this took so much energy out of me, but it was super fun, and thanks again to MemoQ for making this happen. And if we, or when we, let's say, do something in the future, I will be much more and much better prepared because I learned so much during these days. So same as last year, the last video of the season is kind of a roundup video of what happened. I want to show you a bit behind the scenes. You've seen the title. If I want to show you the monetary side, because people are always interested in that, and I understand. I'm the same, you know. Before I made YouTube, I was always wondering what these people actually make, if they are all as rich and buying Lamborghinis as they say, which is not true, by the way. Spoiler alert. So I was just watching last year's video, and it was exactly, I mean, I uploaded it on the 5th of July and this goes out on the 4th of July, so it's really exactly 1 year ago, and I had just reached 4,000 subscribers. And now at the time of filming this, we are on 14.7, so maybe when this goes out, we will be very close to 15. Which is insane. 11,000 subscribers plus in 1 year. I'm more than happy with that. I could have never imagined. It's unbelievable when I think, like, if this really grows exponentially, where we will be in 1 year. Mind-blowing. Anyways, my backlight just went off. I don't know. I hope the natural light was compensating. So even with the 15,000 subscriber channel, the hardware is not on top. I would really need to upgrade soon. Anyways. That's besides the point. I wanted to say now that the channel is, you know, relatively big. You know, it's still a small channel in the grand scheme of things, but for me, it's now really big, and it is definitely becoming more and more interesting in terms of monetization. So I thought I want to give you guys a look behind the scenes, behind closed doors. What does it actually mean to have a channel of this size? Can you make a living out of it? Can you actually live from it? You know, could I now go full-time YouTuber? That's exactly what this video is about. Now, before I get into this, I want to make sure one point that I think is very important. If you're planning right now, watching this, planning to do something similar in your field of expertise, or also in localization, translation, language industry, please do that, right? I'm not saying at all that I don't want any competition or something. I'm not about that. But my point is, if you plan to do it, please don't do it for financial gains, right? It can happen. You can become very successful with it and make a lot of money with YouTube. But it takes so much time, so much energy, and not only time in terms of effort, but also time in terms of duration, right? It will take you 3-4 years to actually get somewhere where you can make this sustainable. So please don't get into it for financial gains. Get into it if you like what you're doing, if you see it as a marketing outlet, if you want to build a community. Like, this community gives me so much. I can really see impact on people's lives, and that's exactly what it's about. And I always tell people, my number one business advice, if anyone asks me, is always give people without expecting anything back. If you do that, you will get so much more back than if you're always expecting an exchange, right? It's more common to expect an exchange in today's business, but so much has changed, especially in our industry. I see it more and more. The more you give, the more comes back, and that's really the mantra I'm trying to preach with these videos, and it's paying off. So very happy to see that. But nevertheless, if you are consistent and persistent and you keep uploading, even if you're sick, even if you're tired, just grind through it, and you put out a video once a week. I mean, if you're really crazy and you want to quick success, then do daily videos. I don't recommend it because it's very, very tough. I can't even imagine. But depending on your field, you know, if you do gaming videos, maybe it's possible because there's not that much effort, not that much to edit, right? But if you have to come up with concepts and you want to do more creative videos, then once a week is a nice compromise, I think. So let's switch to the screen and take a look at behind the scenes at the analytics. All right, you see my analytics now on YouTube. I'm gonna go into here. I'm gonna put this, so this is the last month, as you can see, in June. Just to give you a quick overview, for example, this year is the subscribers. As you can see, I'm currently averaging around 50 to 60 subscribers a day, which is amazing. And then whenever I upload a big video like the MemoQ Fest, it went up to 92 a day. It's really interesting in terms of subscribers. When I go to the last year, you can see that it was pretty much stable, always a little bit up, and then suddenly here it went from an average of like 20 to 30 a day to suddenly up to 60, 70, 50. So yeah, now the average is about 60, so it doubled, and I'm not sure why. I mean, I made these two interesting videos back to back, this two-part series of finding translation jobs, so somehow triggered the algorithm there, and it made it I gained now much more subscribers, which I like, you know. The views have also gone up, but earlier they have gone up at the beginning of the year, so they were quite stable last year in 2021, and then beginning of the year I again made a two-part series, and since then the views have been up. So maybe these two-part series are interesting for YouTube. That's actually good to know, because here it went up again, and it's again the two-part series. So maybe that's some insight for you. If you have a big videos planned, cut it into two and make a two-parter. YouTube seems to like that. Let's look at the revenue. As you can see, in the last year, let me put since I created the channel, I just reached 2,000 euros since I created the channel, and I've just reached 500,000 views. Wow, unbelievable. It's a great moment to actually make this video, because now I can tell you that 500,000 views on a channel will roughly get you 2,000 euros. And that's before tax, right? Always be careful before tax, because I do things by the book, right? I'm not like other YouTubers. I won't name names, but make sure to do things by the book, because it can really screw you later on if you don't. So yeah, 500,000 views apparently gets me 2,000 euros. So now you can also basically calculate the CPM that I get. I'm not allowed to show you this here, but you can just work it out. Yeah, CPM is the cost per mil, so it's basically what you get per 1,000 views. And this highly depends on what content you make, what your audience is, how old they are, where you are based. In the US, you get much higher CPM than here in Europe, etc. So many different things. So roughly right now I make about 200 euros per month on ad revenue, with between 30 and 40,000 views per month. And that's really what matters, right? The views. You don't make money on subscribers. So I can title this, how much do you make with 15K? It doesn't really matter. Some people have millions of views with only 20K subscribers, and then you make a lot of money. So subscribers don't get you any money. It's all about the views. So I have 37, and you see all my arrows are green, which is a very nice sign, because that means the channel is growing, right? All the metrics are going up. And just to give you a quick insight into which videos have done well for me, you see obviously it is the videos that do very well for me are the ones that have a lot of views, right? So as you can see, the one that has the most views just reached 60,000 views. I translated on Fiverr for a week, has made me 350 euros so far, so that's definitely a good investment, a good return on investment. And this one, how to find translation shops, has made me 200 euros, and these are the two biggest ones, and they made, you know, combined they made 550 euros, which is a fourth of what I made overall. So definitely you need to have these big videos that draw people in. Oh, here you see the monthly breakdown. That's actually interesting. So far in June I made 184, in May I made 202. So, and there are 3 days left of June, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, currently there are 3 days left of June. So this will go up to more or less the same, more or less in the 190s, I think. And then I also make some money from YouTube Premium and from memberships, from channel memberships. As you can see, 43 euros I made from people joining the channel. They wanted to support me with 2 euros donations, which is, thank you very much. I'm very happy about that. And people that you have YouTube Premium and watch without ads, they paid me 30 euros so far. But most of the stuff comes from ad revenue. And of course, much more than this comes from actual sponsorships, and more on that in a second. Now, as you've just seen on the screen, you can't really make a living yet with Google ad revenue when you have 15,000 subscribers, unless you are a channel that somehow maybe, I don't know, makes compilations or so, something that people really watch in huge volumes but do not subscribe to the channel. It does exist. There are channels that make millions of views without having subscribers, but that's a very outlier situation, right? Usually you build a core audience that always watches your videos, which is for me maybe around 1,000 people of the 15,000, right? And the rest you try to draw in with interesting titles, interesting thumbnails. But where you can really make a living, and where you can actually, even with 15k subscribers, have a steady income, a monthly income, is with sponsorships and partnerships. Once I hit 10,000 subscribers back in March, I think, somehow it triggered a lot of algorithms. I guess companies have web crawlers that look for channels or, you know, outputs in different industries, and once they reach a certain threshold, which seems to be for a lot of companies 10,000, they reach out to you for collaborations. The moment I hit 10,000, I got so many emails all the time about collaborations, which is amazing. I'm very happy, and so far I have done 2 if you follow the channel. The last 2 weeks with MemoQ was one, and previously I've done one with NordVPN. And I actually learned that there is a difference between partnership, which I did with NordVPN, and sponsorship, which I did with MemoQ. A partnership is when you share the revenue. So when someone signs up through my link to NordVPN, we split the revenue. I get some money, they get some money, that's it, right? But the money comes from the user actually. Whereas in a sponsorship, it doesn't matter who signs up, right? Sorry, there's a lot of construction, maybe it's a bit loud. With the sponsorship, it doesn't matter who signs up. The company just pays you a lump sum for making a video, and that's it. Now, I can't disclose what I made through these sponsorships or partnerships because that's contract bound, but I can tell you it's definitely much more than the Google Ads revenue, and you can make a living with that. So if I really wanted to push that, and if I could do sponsored videos every week, I could basically live from that, right? It's hard to find them in the beginning, but once you do, you can live from that also with 15k. But there you need to be really careful not to become a sellout suddenly and like have sponsored videos all the time, because you want to make things that is engaging for the community, right? I don't want to just now promote every week a different product. That doesn't make sense, and that's not what I'm about. But you could theoretically, but maybe you lose your audience then. So it's a fine line of what you accept or not. And there I want to mention one very important point. If you are in this position and you can do sponsorships with brands, please be very, very careful, and please vet them very well. Because there are so many scams out there. I mean, it's unbelievable, especially in the crypto and NFT space nowadays. I get emails almost every day, and I could make so much money if I was a scrupulous influencer, let's call them that, because these are the guys that do this, right? I get a new NFT gaming project offer basically every day, and I could make like 3 to 5k for a 20-second integration for every video. And then you realize slowly that, or rather quickly now, that this whole crypto bubble is becoming more and more a Ponzi scheme, and which is sad because I was very interested in the beginning in it, but it's just too much. Like, it's getting abused so much now, and I really but just so you are aware of that, make sure you know what your audience wants and can tolerate in terms of collaborations, and only do collaborations if it's relevant to people watching you, if you can give them a discount code, if you can actually stand behind the product and saying, I use this every day, you should try it out as well, you know. And to finish off, another quick update about the channel. I've partnered with Anita from Budapest. She reached out to me. She wanted to help me. She wanted to do some kind of collaboration. First, I thought about hiring her, but then with the whole legal status, it didn't work out. So now she works as a contractor for me, certain hours a week or a month, let's say, and she will take over the channel management and the social media. Because as you know, I know that there is so much more to do in terms of promotion, and you know, I've been slacking in terms of answering emails, and I really want to do more with this channel, but I don't want to have anything to do with social media apart from YouTube. I don't want to have Twitter on my phone, I don't want to have Instagram on my phone, so I was always a bit reluctant towards this, but I realized that if I want to grow this into something viable, I need to do that. It's just part of it. So I'm very happy that she reached out. She has a background in PR. She's done the whole planning for Twitter and Instagram for July already, and it's looking amazing. So please go over to Freelanceverse on all platforms, just follow it, be there, and there will be some engaging content coming your way. And I think this way we can really grow this community even more than it already is. So this is it. I don't want to drag this out too long. This has been season 2 of the Freelanceverse. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments some ideas you would like to see in season 3. Of course, I started a lot of series and they will continue. I'm still very excited about them, especially working with other people will come more and more, and also working with brands. I really enjoyed going somewhere and filming a conference. That has been a unique experience. And I get messages all the time of people saying, I found the first client thanks to your videos, and this makes my day. This is better than anything else that I could wish for. I see you back in August. And you know, some people watching this will still have summer, some will have winter. Here the summer will probably be over, but I will be here, and I see you 8th of August back for season 3. Take care. Bye bye.